EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the capital city of Colorado. Welcome to Denver and then Power Field at Mile High. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. On the bootleg, it's Williams. Pass is caught. That's DJ Moore. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Another run here, another run by Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll try to run for it. It's Swift.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
On 4th down, here's Torrey Taylor to punt for Chicago. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. First carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. He's got the tight end, Adam Troutman. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bears offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That is left side and taken in by Allen.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. And this will be incomplete. But a penalty flag down on the play. And let's see who's guilty. On the option, it's Swift. DeAndre Swift. And he's going to take this all the way home. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Bears.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense ready for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Troutman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
2nd down and 8. They run over center with Williams. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll run here with the rookie. And that didn't fool anyone. They'll chase him down behind the line of scrimmage.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
Here comes Williams on the toss to the right. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Throwing. Nix. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
3rd and long. Here's Williams. And he goes up top, looking for Komet.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Here's Torrey Taylor now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Throwing now on 3rd and long.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On 4th down, the veteran Will Lutz for the Broncos field goal. This from 45 yards away. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. Here comes a return from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bears offense ready to take over once again. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that This drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
That's caught. It's the tight end, Komet. They pick up 17 through the air. Good for a Bears 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Now a 3rd and 2. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he's going to have a Bears 1st down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
They'll put Everett in motion here. And he is putting in the work. Dancing inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try the right side with Swift. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Williams going to keep it on the zone read. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner, the quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll go again with Swift. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On third down, here's Swift. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Yes, he does. First and goal coming up.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this third and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Ball right on the 5-yard line, second down and goal. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Chicago. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with first and 10. Back to throw is Nix. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Play action now. It's Nix. That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
On first down, it is Williams. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll throw. It's Nix. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's a designed run. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. That one taken in. Devon Bailey. Touchdown, Broncos. Will Lutz now for the PAT. It's up and through. Broncos are back within 4. It is 14-10. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Scott now on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. He finds the big tight end. That's Gerald Everett. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Off play action. Here's Williams. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack, 2nd down big play attempt, falls incomplete. Now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Broncos offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Here's a screen set up to Williams. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
On second down, it's Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Nix. This one to the tight end, Trotman. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different...
This is intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. He'll swing this out to Swift. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Completing that one to Carter. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. Open man. That's Rome Odunze. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Here's 1st and 10. Williams to the air once more. That's a short throw caught by Komet. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Throw it again. It's Williams. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Williams. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. On now, it's Carlos Santos for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Santos' kick is good. And the Bears going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The home team's offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. Throwing is Nix. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On the option, here's Williams. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Quick hitting slant there. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. He is in. Ravon Vele. Touchdown, Denver. That his second touchdown tonight.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Scott now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bears offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Now he'll run. That one good for 26 yards.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Now Swift. And he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. Alex Singleton there on the tackle. On second down, it's Williams. He finds his big tight end, Everett. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. On the give, it's Swift. And he's going to have a Bears first down as they move the chains on 3rd down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
A play fake. Now Williams. Down the field, it's DJ Moore. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. The defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground and comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the bootleg, it's Williams. He'll take off again. The Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
That is caught by the tight end. Cole Kmet. Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown, Chicago.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum field. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started.
17.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Here's Tremon Smith on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. He'll start out 1st down and 10. Here's a handoff to Williams. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Andrew Billings from the interior there to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw is Nix. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Off the play fake, here's Nix.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Play action now. It's Nix. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Javonte Williams, touchdown Broncos. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about, and they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
So back to level after the touchdown, in time for the kickoff. Here comes a return from the 3. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Both these offenses have been informed. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. A run here with Swift. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Alex Singleton there on the tackle. Williams to throw on 2nd down. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
On 1st down, it's Swift. Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Off play action. Here's Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
They run over center with Williams. Running with authority. Pushes his way forward for a pickup of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing, Nix. This one batted in the air and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds. And he won't be able to take it all the way in, but that is a great return, and they are set up 1st and goal. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
They'll try and throw, and here's Williams. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. So now the Brazilian-born Cairo Santos in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this 4th quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. Quick throw, taken in.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
On second down, a run with Williams. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. It's another run here for Williams. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. They'll go play action with Nix. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Troutman. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
That one on target to Williams. He's got it.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score. They got to score fast.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. On the give, it's Williams. And he'll take this down to about the 15. They'll go again with Williams.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And he's into the end zone. Bo Nix. Touchdown, Denver. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. A return now from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Bears offense about ready to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Swift. And he'll get this close to the 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. And he's across midfield, and more importantly, he's got the 1st down at the 49-yard line.
A pickup of 2 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Throwing is Williams. They'll go underneath to Komet on the screen. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. They continue to roll, continue to move the chains. That was a gain of 15.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
That pass pinballing around, and it ends up in the hands of the receiver. Wow.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll go play action here with Williams.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That is brought in at the 10. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can, and now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Now it is 1st and goal. They'll run with Swift. Good running gets this down inside the 10. Second and goal. One more time, they try Swift. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal. To throw is Williams. That's hauled in at the 2. And he nearly takes it in, but they're going to say he's short of the goal line. So now it is 4th and goal. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Cole Kmet, touchdown Chicago. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like, well, when you were playing, you know where that guy's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, Mike, we say we don't run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and especially against zone coverage. Down here in the red zone, the rule is if you're open, stay open. Don't run past an open zone to get covered. That's exactly what this tight end does here. Friendly target, ball on time, touchdown.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Give him 13 on that screenplay, and a 1st down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He runs with it. A gain there of 21. 1st down, Broncos.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. And this is a touchdown! They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His third touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Scott now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Crowd noise rises. Big play here. 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. That's a 2nd charge timeout to Chicago as they'll stop it with 25 seconds remaining on the clock. This offense still has the 1 timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. Williams to the air once more. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout, and they stop it with 22 ticks left on the clock here in the 4th. Now 2nd and inches. Throwing again, Williams. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Williams. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
They'll indeed go. It's Williams. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this will wind up a win for the Broncos. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners. As we say, so long from Denver.